Relationships between playing video games and well-being have been researched before, but they are mostly based off self-report of time played by the actual players or their parents. And people are historically horrible at guesstimating their and others' time engaged with media. However, in this research article, they were able to get actual times engaged with a video game from two different gaming companies, Electronic Arts and Nintendo of America. The two video games looked at were Plants vs. Zombies: Battle for Neighborville and Animal Crossing: New Horizons. Tolerance, or how much time spent playing a video game, was one of the 9 proposed criteria for internet gaming disorder in the DSM-5. The DSM is a manual put out by the American Psychiatric Association for assessing and diagnosing mental disorders. Internet gaming disorder is not actually recognized as a disorder in this manual, but as a condition for future study. But does a measurement of tolerance actually make sense for assessing and diagnosing problematic gaming? In this article, amount of time played as reported by the gaming companies was compared to self-reported time played, measurements of well-being, player experiences, and motivations. Measurements of well-being appear to be based off self-determination theory, which I discuss more thoroughly in relation to skill-based matchmaking in a different video. But basically, self-determination theory is about human motivation and outlines 3 baseline psychological needs: autonomy, competence, and relatedness. And for the most optimal well-being, these universal needs must be satisfied. Self-determination theory also considers the effects of intrinsic and extrinsic motivations. So the difference of doing something simply for the pleasure of it, or doing something to gain some external reward or acknowledgement. The results in this article suggest an increase in well-being was associated with an increase in playtime, autonomy, relatedness, and enjoyment, or intrinsic motivation. A decrease in well-being was observed when the motivation for playing was external. In other words, people's motivations for playing video games matters when it comes to their well-being. And playing video games more was positively correlated with positive emotional well-being. However, based on the findings in this study, a person would have to play about 6 hours a day to feel these benefits and would have to have intrinsic motivations for playing. Other research suggests about half that amount of time to experience benefits, so more research needs to be done. However, let's attempt to answer the question I posited at the beginning of this video. Does a measurement of tolerance, or time played, make sense for assessing and diagnosing problematic gaming? Tolerance in terms of substance addiction is needing more of a specific substance in order to feel the same effects previously felt with a lesser amount. And there are countless serious health issues associated with increased use of substances. There are no such associations in the academic literature that I'm aware of with increased playtime of video games. And based off this article, increased playtime is associated with increased well-being. On the other hand, there are reports of people spending so much time playing a video game that it is contributing to them not taking care of themselves, or neglecting their children, or they lose a job, or fail in school. Overall, I think including tolerance in the criteria holds some merit, but it depends on the other proposed criteria outlined, because multiple criteria have to be met to reach a diagnosis. And most of the proposed criteria for internet gaming disorder is complete trash, which I will be covering in my next video. But that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.